Okay, so they're both in. They're not 100% like true fit, but they're a lot better than some of the ones I've seen on the market that you buy like at your auto parts store. But yeah, they look pretty nice. I'll leave a link in the description where I bought them. Like I said, I got them off Amazon, and they actually call you and verify what van configuration you have or vehicle configuration on this particular brand, because it's like a semi-custom fit. So I'd say it took about 15-20 minutes to get them completely fitted, and that was even doing the little sewing repair that took me a couple of minutes. So that's done. So I'm still waiting for some parts to come in for my wiring system here. Excuse the mess. So I'm missing a couple pieces still, but I can go ahead and put the bed frame in place, because I can just screw that in now and I don't have to worry about that. And then when I get the wiring, I can finish that. But I do have all the wiring to finish doing the lift, so I could do that too, because it's not raining today. It's a nice day. All right, so that was like a little workout trying to get those seat covers on there. So let me get the brackets. I need to get my level, and then we'll do some measurements and we'll start that. But first I'm gonna get a T. So that was pretty much the entire Carhartt seat cover. These are, they say custom fit. That's the model number right there. I went with the black. Yeah, I don't know what that hole is all about in the side. There's no mention of it anywhere in the instructions. And they show all sorts of clips and stuff, which I didn't have. I just had these like hard plastic U-clips, and they just kind of clipped onto the edges of the plastic seat trim. Yeah, and that's for the bucket. So they just throw some instructions in there. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we're moving on to something else. All right, so these are the brackets we're going to use to support the bed. It's part of this system that I got from IKEA that I saw online. I thought it was a really great idea. This will allow me to basically have just these rails pop in and out. And so if I need to take the bed out, these brackets are really flush mounted to the wall. And I'll still have the back of the van to use if I needed. I had to go back to the hardware store, so we are getting nothing done today. We have spent the afternoon running around in circles. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure from the floor of the van to the top of this bracket. We're going to go 33 inches. This hangs down, and then we're going to have a 6-inch mattress on top plus half-inch piece of plywood. So that should put it about where I want it as far as my hip goes. Like I said, I wanted it close to about 36 inches, so it just make it easier for me to pick my wife up and whatnot. So that's the goal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure up. I'm going to mark the center hole, drill it out, then put the level on it, get it level, and then we will put another one about where that blue piece of tape is. That's 54 inches roughly. I marked on that tape from the edge of this. So we'll probably come in a couple inches, put the first bracket, and then once we put the second one in, we'll measure it out. We're going to put 4 of these guys across, just because there's not a sheet of plywood that's going to fit perfectly. So I'm going to have to cut 2 sheets of plywood to make the bed base, but easy. And now make it easier to take out and put back in. So let me get the first one set up and we'll go from there. All right, so I think I'm gonna cheat this a little bit. So I got that one up. I haven't put these 2 bolts in, but I think what I'm going to do is put the bracket on the other wall with the 1 bolt, set the I-beam in there, and then that way it will level this out. And then we'll go ahead and do the other 2, well 4, and then once we get that one set, we'll do the front one and go from there. I think that's going to be our best choice, because I could put those in, but then they won't, if I don't get them all lined up on the other side, it's not going to matter. And this will allow me to also level the cross beam at the same time. So that's what we're going to do. So we measured 33 inches, so that should be pretty good. All right, so 3 bolts are in. Got it set up on that side. I use this tub and this to set the crossbar so I could put the crossbar in and then bring it up to where it needed to be on that side, and with the level on it, so that 33 inches, and that still gives me the space underneath here so I can pick them up, do whatever, and then I can still get my mattress up on top of here, and it'll be within my height range that I want. So I got one in, and now I got to take off and get the animals fed and get back over to the hospital. So I'll come back here in a little while and try to get the others in tonight. Okay, so it's a good thing I was measured. So first line, I put it at 32. This is 33 where that one's at, because when I put my level, it was way off. So what I did was I measured from the edge of the back panel 2 inches in to where that one is, and then we're 54 inches out here, so I took 2 inches off, and we're right at the edge of this tape. So we're going to put the bracket right at the edge of this tape at the top, and then we'll put our bolt in and get it leveled up. All right, so I have the second bar, so I have the 2 outers done. So from center bolt to center bolt, we're 48 inches. I'm going to put a I can't remember what size bed I'm putting. It's 54 inches wide. So I took 2 inches off there to come in from the inside, and I took 2 inches off this side. So the board will hang out 2 inches farther than this bracket. Same thing back there. So 48 inches between the two, that's 24 right here. So what I've decided to do is go from the center bolt 20 inches to the next bracket, and then from the center bolt 20 inches to this bracket. I'll have an 8-inch gap, but I don't think that's going to matter. It'll be perfect. So I think that's going to work. So I'm going to get these 2 started, and then I have to turn around and do the other 2 on the other side. So I've been working away. I got all of them up. I just have to get this last set here with the extra bolts, but I need to fix these guys. Every single one of these came from IKEA with this tab pushed in. So like this one here, here's the bracket. You can't get the bracket on it, or you can on this one. So what you have to do is bend these back. I've been using a spare one, but this one here is pretty hard to get in there. So I got to do both sides. So once I get both of those done, I can get the last bracket here up and put it in. This one's already done, and then I can get rid of the tape, and then I can go to the hardware store and cut me some lumber, and then the bed framing is done. So let me get these sorted out so I can get the last set of bolts in. All right, so just like that, we have our bed frame set in there. Having these a little closer in the middle where you're going to sleep most of the time anyway, especially with 2 people. So yeah, that'll work out pretty nice. They're really sturdy. I haven't tightened them all the way down. I'm going to go back and tighten them up with the hand wrench. I still have the one out here just so I can get in and out of the back easy. But yeah. Okay, one more step. I believe the part that I'm waiting for is coming in today, so I should be able to finish up getting the electrical laid out and hooked up. So that'll be fun. And what else? So that'll be 2 things off the list. I still need to wire the wheelchair lift, but I finally got a hole saw for cutting the steel out on the bottom so that I can run the power line up through the floor. I needed a bigger hole than I had a drill bit for, so once I get that I can wire that back up and it'll be done. So that's like an hour worth of work. So not too bad. All right. Well, thanks for watching this funky bed install. Yeah, I'm working in kind of, I don't know what you call this mess, but it's a mess work in progress, I guess. So yeah. So next part of the bed will just be getting the lumber to make for the base, and then the mattress is on order. So then this is all done. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.